in episode 7, season 8 of The Simpsons, which was first aired on March 2nd of 1997, more than 10 years before Bitcoin. The creators of the cartoon introduced a place called Crypto Barn, and on the story you can find various inscriptions like place for codes, secret code, or many codes. And this clip is very short, but we can spot something super interesting.
I guess this makes us yuppies, huh?
And if we look right here in a Simpsons video game, they put the Crypto Barn right here and it says deciphering secret government plans. Now, one thing that's interesting about this specific episode of The Simpsons, it came out in 1997. And if we just do a simple Google search asking when was crypto created, you can see January of 2009. So how is it that 12 years after this episode was aired, Bitcoin was created by someone who has the name Satoshi Nakamoto, who remains anonymous to this day? Something doesn't line up here, so it's complete BS. And also there were claims of The Simpsons predicting the future of XRP, saying that XRP will hit $589. So in this video, we're going to talk about Ripple's XRP compared to Bitcoin, what is about to happen next, some other major predictions that The Simpsons have made, and what I'm planning for the rest of this bull run to make millions of dollars. So comment 777 if you're feeling blessed, comment 777 if you're feeling bullish, and if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by tapping the like button, tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So in episode 13 of season 31 of The Simpsons, there was also an 80-second educational video that explains how blockchain and cryptocurrencies work. Now, I'm not going to play the whole clip because of copyright claims, but I paused it right here. At the end of this, they said, we know who Satoshi is, but we're not telling. And so The Simpsons, as everyone knows, it was written by Freemasons, and they're either time travelers or they're just showing you what they're planning. So it's not necessarily proof that they're traveling through time, but there's something very interesting about how they plan these things and then they happen years later. Now, here's one thing that's interesting that we've talked about in previous videos that is too odd of a coincidence with The Simpsons, because in March 2nd of 1997, that's when the Crypto Barn episode came out, and also a 1997 document called How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash, was published by the NSA, and it featured someone by the name of Tatsuaki Okamoto, who's featured in multiple publications for books like Cryptography, Zero Knowledge Proofs and Number Theory, which was written in 1995, Cryptography and Information Security, 1998, Theory of Public Key Cryptography, 2011, Quantum Computation in 2015, Advent and Advance of Modern Cryptography, 2019. So it's very clear that crypto has been planned. Google is wrong. January of 2009 is not when crypto was created, because if The Simpsons is making episodes showing crypto in 1997, if they're putting this right in front of our eyes in video games, saying deciphering secret government plans, and the NSA within the same year writes a publication about cryptography featuring someone with a name very similar to Satoshi Nakamoto called Tatsuaki Okamoto, it's pretty obvious that the NSA doesn't want you to know who actually created Bitcoin. Now, this episode was called My Sister, My Sitter. It originally aired on Fox Network in the United States, March 2nd of 1997. The episode was written by a guy by the name of Dan Greeny. And Dan Greeny is an American television writer. He also wrote for The Office, and he's also credited with writing the episode called Bart to the Future from the year 2000 that presented the possibility of Donald Trump becoming president 16 years before it happened. Now, watch this clip right here and notice the similarities. So as you can see, he's waving his hand, gives the thumbs up 15 years after this happens. But the interesting part about this is, watch, this person in the backdrop drops the sign at the same time. So I know a lot of people are thinking right now, they're like, okay, well, maybe Donald Trump saw that episode in the year 2000 and just wanted to reenact it himself 15 years later, because Donald Trump is the leader of the QAnon party, that talks a lot about, what's happening in today's society to drain the swamp, so to speak. But if that's the case, then the people in the backdrop, would have to be actors too, for that person to drop the sign at the exact same time. Or maybe The Simpsons are time travelers and they went into the future and they saw it happen, so they put it in the episode, and We're just deciphering their plans next so we can become absolutely stinking wealthy to go camping on the beaches of the moon. Also in the cartoon, this popped up in one of the episodes is showing Bitcoin with the infinite sign, USA minus 1/4. Maybe that means the US dollar dropping 25% or something. GME up 1 trillion and Fox down 19. Now, as you guys know, GME is GameStop. They had a short squeeze, and look what happened to the price of GameStop. It went from $1 upwards of $81. So the Simpsons like to over-exaggerate things, saying 1 trillion. Obviously, we didn't see it go up 1 trillion, but this was very significant. Showing Bitcoin with an infinite sign means there's no cap on what Bitcoin could do as the value of the dollar goes down in value. But another thing that's very interesting that most people missed was showing Fox minus 19. Now, as I just shared with you, the episode that had the crypto barn in it originally aired on Fox News Network in 1997. And as you guys know, Fox News was hosted by Tucker Carlson from 2016 to 2023. And he's a big advocate for Donald Trump. And he's been described as perhaps the highest profile proponent of Trumpism and as the most influential voice in right-wing media without a close second. Now, when we look right here on the chart, when Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox, it was about $31. We saw a sell-off, then a rally upwards of 33, and then down 19%. So could this clip from The Simpsons mean that Fox would drop 19%, or could it mean that Fox would drop to $19? Because if Fox were to drop to $19, that'd be another 30% to the downside from where we are right now. But a lot of people out there in the crypto space are claiming that The Simpsons predicted XRP going to $589. However, the screenshot from this turned out to be fake. So what is the truth about XRP and what does the future look like for XRP? Because this is going to happen instead. So when we look back to August 17th of 2020 for Bitcoin and XRP, and we were to compare the price charts with each other, you guys will see that it took Bitcoin roughly 65 days before we broke out from the high of $12,300, which was the disbelief stage for Bitcoin, where people thought this was a sucker's rally before we went into hope, optimism, belief, thrill, and euphoria for that bull run of 2021. Now, interestingly enough, XRP took 96 days to break out, and during that time frame of 65 days, while Bitcoin was making that breakout, XRP dropped another 13%. It wasn't until Bitcoin was upwards of $16,000 that XRP finally broke out from this downward trending resistance. And it wasn't until Bitcoin was upwards of almost $19,000 before XRP finally broke the high of 33 cents. Then XRP rallied upwards of 79 cents within just a couple days to catch up with Bitcoin's rally. And at that point, Bitcoin was already up 50% from $12,475. And in just a 3-day time frame, when XRP broke the resistance of 33 cents, XRP rallied over 140%. So for the people that are telling you XRP moves with Bitcoin, that's absolutely not true. Because when Bitcoin rallied over 27% to get out of the disbelief stage of the psychology of a market cycle, within 15 days, XRP dropped 13%. But then eventually XRP caught up. And so if we were to look at the chart right now and what's happening, Bitcoin made a high with the ETF news upwards of $49,000, just above the 618 retracement, wicking above that. And Bitcoin just recently broke out from the 618 retracement, currently sitting at $51,500, but it took about 32 days to break out from that level. If we look at the bottom of the screen, XRP is currently in a downtrend still. So if I were to trace up the chart for you from 2020 during that 2021 bull run, with Bitcoin making this breakout, it's showing XRP will continue to the downside, pissing everybody off, potentially dropping even further to the downside, underperforming Bitcoin while Bitcoin rallies. If we were to see a 13% sell-off, exactly what happened back in 2020, that'd bring XRP down around 46 cents. So the bad news here is in the short term, XRP is most likely to underperform Bitcoin, while Bitcoin is the leader to start out this bull run. And this is what's happened in the past few bull runs after each golden break where Bitcoin breaks the 618 retracement. You guys can see we go absolutely parabolic. Now, obviously, there's some corrections on the way up in consolidation periods of a few months, but we're just barely breaching above the high of January 11th. In the last bull run that this happened when Bitcoin was breaking out, it took XRP about 31 days to finally pass its high of the 17th of August. So if it were to take XRP roughly the same time frame as it did in the past, about 31 days before it passes its previous high of 74 cents or even 90 cents, that would be about the 16th of March of this year, right before Bitcoin's halving. I think this will be possible if Bitcoin continues its rally and we see the total altcoin market cap break out of this Wyckoff accumulation phase that you can see right here. Because if we look on the chart right here, you guys can see these multiple points on the chart that are very similar to this Wyckoff accumulation schematic. And as you can see with this breakout right now, for the total crypto market cap, we're at about $1.87 trillion. We just broke the high, and we're going into phase E of the next stage of the rally. And as you guys can see right here, all-time high is at about $3 trillion. So we're just a little bit above half of that. Now, we're just starting out this bull run, and as we break out from this disbelief stage and go into the next phase of the bull run, what we'll be looking for XRP to see its breakout is the total 2, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, to be rallying up. Because as you guys can see right here, we need to flip and hold this level of resistance at roughly $870 billion. We need to hold it as support before we continue the next massive parabolic move to the upside, which would retest the resistance around $100 trillion. Now, if I were to trace up the chart from the past when this happened and we broke out of the disbelief stage, it looks something like this, where we came up to test this resistance. We saw a little bit of a sell-off to the downside, which could mean that the altcoin market could see a sell-off. If Bitcoin sees a sell-off, coming back down to about $730 billion, but eventually we'll work our way out of here. And the next resistance is about $1 trillion. The next resistance after that is really the all-time high. So we need to be watching the middle of this range right here, which was the complacency stage all through March of 2022. And what would cause this massive breakout to take place for XRP, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, ICP, Cardano, Avalanche, all the other altcoins in the space? Well, it'd be Bitcoin's dominance dropping, because as you guys know, the Bitcoin dominance of the total market cap of the whole entire industry, that is at about $1.87 trillion right now, Bitcoin's dominance is 54% of that. And as you can see at the top of the screen with Bitcoin's dominance percentage, at the bottom of the screen, you can see the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's dominance rises, all altcoins fall in market cap. And when Bitcoin's dominance drops, that's when we see a massive altcoin bull run. As you guys can see here, back from December of 2020 until November of 2021, Bitcoin's dominance dropped from about 73% all the way downwards of 39%. And so what I would expect to happen next is something like this to play out, where Bitcoin's dominance would peak out potentially upwards of 57, 58, maybe upwards of 60%, and then for us to roll around and for Bitcoin's dominance to drop below 50%. And where I will be looking for the top of the altcoin market cap to be in is Bitcoin dominance to be around roughly 35 to 40%. And what would that look like for the total altcoin market cap? Because as you can see, if we draw the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high of January of 2018 to the corrective low of the bear market bottom, you can see that we did just above a 3.618 extension, bringing the total market cap of all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin, to about $1.7 trillion. So if we were to draw the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high of November of 2021 to the low of the bear market, to do a 1.618 would be a $2.5 trillion market cap. To do a 2.618 would be a $3.7 trillion market cap. To do a 3.618, which we did just barely above that the last bull run, would be a $5 trillion market cap. And to do a 4.236 is a $5.8 trillion market cap. And so personally, I am expecting by the end of 2025, which I could be 100% wrong with. If you agree with me that this is possible, then give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But by the end of 2025, I'm expecting anywhere between $4 and $6 trillion in market cap for the entire altcoin market. Now, if we were to measure from where we are right now to a 3.618, that would be roughly a 487%, which is nearly a 5x for the entire industry. And I would expect XRP to absorb a large chunk of that in the later stage of this bull run. Because as you guys know, Bitcoin likes to move first and then altcoins follow. So I will be looking for Bitcoin's dominance to start dropping, and that's when I would expect the rotation of money to start flowing into XRP and other altcoins. And if you guys want to see which altcoins those are, and you want to get early bird access to our financial education platform when that's released, then all you need to do is go to bullrunners.com right now. The link will be in the description below to discover our top altcoin picks first. Before we make videos about them, all you need to do is just click the button on the page, put in your best email address, and you'll get instant access to our Telegram group. You'll be subscribed to our daily video newsletter, where we give you the best information to help you prepare for the worst that's yet to come in this economy. and you'll be notified first when our financial education platform is released. Because together, you know what we're doing? We're backing up our truck all the way to the bank. Beep, beep, beep. Boom. Backing into the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain tech, distributed ledger technology, according to The Simpsons, is going up in interest. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com right now. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.